ATK and this thing, TKG, what is good with y'all, man? Listen, y'all see the title, y'all know what we unfortunately have to get into. Has DaBaby been blackballed by rap? See, recently DaBaby, he responded to social media, everybody saying that he fell off. He's saying that, I ain't fall off, you know what I'm saying, I'm straight, I'm blah blah blah, Usually when something's going on with DaBaby likes to respond ASAP. Like he likes to respond to shit as soon as he can. When people were canceling him because of the whole homophobic shit that he was saying, he dropped he dropped that one song. What was it? Whole Lot of Money, the remix. And saying, I got all my money, I spending all my money, and I'm making even more money, blah, 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 shit like that. And by all means, man, ever since I've kind of noticed DaBaby's been somewhat of an asshole, I myself have taken less of an interest in his music. His music, I like to separate the art from the artist, but then the quality of his music has been fucking going down, actually. It's been getting worse. The quality of his music has been getting it's been getting worse. So it's not even like, I stopped listening to him because he's an asshole. No, I'm really starting to not listen to DaBaby because his music it sucks. It fucking sucks at the moment. It sucks. Like when 6ix9ine was going through everything he was going through, his music started to eventually get worse. You could listen to the fucking the Billies and the Gottis and all that shit all day long, but you can't listen to no motherfucking none of that new shit. Nothing. DaBaby said that he hadn't fallen off, but recently his album had dropped. And it was said to have, it's projected to sell around 16,000, 13 to 16,000. He went from selling over 100,000, well, I forget how much his last album sold, but over as much as he sold last time. I think it's an 82% dip, if I've seen correctly. 82% dip. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You just had a massive fan base and all of a sudden you don't. I'm not trying to hear about no blackballed DaBaby. Here's what's going on. You say, well, that's good, pretty good numbers for the blackballed baby. No. For someone that people call a superstar, that's dreadful. That's fucking horrific. And I sat up here one day, and I like to apologize to every Megan Thee Stallion fan out here. I sat up and said that her selling a little over 100,000 for all the hype that she was getting in 2020 was dreadful. And now that I look at it, if Megan Thee Stallion were to drop an album right now and have nothing going on for her other than the Tory Lanez shit, and she was to sell like 90,000, I know that her fan base still rides for her. It all depends on everyone else dropping shit around the time that DaBaby drops shit. You really have to pay close attention, because when you see newer artists like Lucky dropping more, when you see fucking newer artists like Yeet dropping more, when you see fucking artists that ain't really doing as much as DaBaby, like Denzel Curry or JID, getting more than DaBaby, you can't call it blackballed. Here's why you're not selling as much, DaBaby. Here's why. Because people are starting to realize, one, your music is getting worse, and two, you're a bad fucking person. You seem to believe that you get to just sock women in the face, treat women like shit, talk crazy about women, and do all this other crazy shit, beat niggas up in bowling alleys, and all this shit, and you thought to yourself, I could do whatever the fuck I want, niggas will listen to me regardless. No, bruh. You weren't the only good rapper out here. You're not the only good rapper out here, DaBaby. Do you understand that the landscape of rap is in a good spot right now? And what I mean by that is, you could go from listening to DaBaby to listening to fucking Yeet, no problem. And you know what I'm saying? You can switch up on DaBaby like it wasn't shit. That's how nice rap is right now. Versus back in the day where it was hard to find someone to replace a guy like Kanye West. Where it was hard to find a guy to replace a guy like fucking Travis Scott. No, DaBaby. Your replacement's right around the fucking corner. If I want to listen to you and I want to listen to another thug, I want to listen to another nigga that would talk about, you know what I'm saying? I got it like that. I can beat on a nigga. I listen to Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen to Lil Baby or some shit like that. I'll listen to them. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, they don't have half the problems that you have. You have to understand, you fucked you up. Who screwed DaBaby? DaBaby screwed DaBaby. To paraphrase Vince McMahon, DaBaby screwed DaBaby. And you want to sit up here and say, scream blackballed? Here's what I've come to figure out about people who say they're shadow banned or blackballed. It's not the fact that you are, you know what I'm saying? You don't take into account that your fucking quality may be trash. You blame the fact that your quality hasn't been up to par, and then you sit up and say, well, people don't care about me as much, or they're stopping me. No, baby, you just suck. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're just trash. I look at my numbers on YouTube recently, and I've seen that I've gone from the thousands down to the fucking 200s and 300s. Maybe my quality is just bad. Maybe it has everything to do with the fact that I'm not as consistent anymore. Maybe it's the fact that I'm not as good as I say I am, and I can take that. And that means that I have to get better. You just blame it on everyone else. You just blame it on the people. You're just sitting here thinking, well, my shit don't stink, nigga. Like, I shit and my bitch better kiss it. You know what I'm saying? And every nigga that got a problem, I'll beat your ass. But that's the problem. You're too problematic. You're too much of a negative black hole. You really seem to believe that people still want to have to give you sponsorships and still want to stand by you through everything that you've been through. And you sitting here picking fights with Megan Thee Stallion. And you think with your fan base, as fucked up as it is going to take your side. Whoever else is in your fan base at this point, because you haven't dropped in, you know what I'm saying? You were quiet as fuck. 1, you were quiet. And 2, the last thing you did, the last thing you were caught for, you know what I'm saying? The last thing that you were under fire for, people were already telling themselves, man, this is it, Brandon. Like, we got to stop fucking with you. And you thought that they were capping? You thought that people were just going to be like, y'all just saying that, man. I'm going to come back and drop this album. I'm going to sell 150,000. And I guarantee you, if he'd have sold good numbers, his ass would have been online talking about some, who canceled? I'm making all sorts of money, but now you blackballed and now you got a problem. Shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking ass up. Somebody call the FBI. Somebody call the FBI. This nigga sucks. I'm not gonna keep saying it. And y'all just gonna have to keep seeing me get on this camera, raising my voice as I am, and telling y'all as I'm telling y'all, DaBaby is garbage. He's a shit person, and now he's turning into a shit artist. You sell 16,000, and your next album might sell fucking 800. You keep it up, and people all together will stop fucking with you. I had dropped a fucking list of greatest fucking new generation rappers, and you were on it. And let me tell you something. Had it been 2020, had it been 2019, you'd been higher on that list. You'd been higher. 2021, you'd have retained your spot. But now, DaBaby, now, you're selling as much as a new rapper. You're selling as much as a new artist with an establishing fan base. You're not new. You're not new. And nothing you've gone through has been new. People expect the same shit from you all the fucking time. Drama, and drama. That's all you produce. That's all people gave a fuck about you for was drama. There's a whole Twitter page called DaBaby Monitor. If there was a motherfucker out here making Twitter pages to check up on my behavior, I know there's something wrong. When there's a fucking guy out here that said, I'm gonna dedicate my day to monitoring how many days you can go without fucking up, without doing some fuck shit. I'm gonna go and wake up every day, check and see if you're fucking up, and see if you're doing something fucking trash out here in the world. You're a menace to society. And now that people realize that, you wanna blame people for not fucking with you? Blackballed my ass. Blackballed my fucking ass. You deserve this. You deserve to fall the fuck off. You thought that you deserved everything after doing all the shit that you've done, after fucking with all the people that you fucked with, and acting the way you act like your shit don't stink. You thought you could say whatever the fuck you want with no consequence. You're not Eminem. You're not Eminem. You're not trying to adapt and get better. You're not trying to change your ways. You're not trying to be a better person. You're not trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Evolve into a better person. So therefore, no, none of that. None of that. None of that's happening. Did the Fox 2 fucking truck just pass me? And if it did, it's probably looking for DaBaby. You didn't fucking... it happened for a reason. I'm tired of people saying that they got blackballed when realistically you just suck now. You're fucking garbage. You're garbage. You went on a hiatus thinking you come back, thinking you were Kendrick Lamar or some shit. You got to take a break and come back and niggas was gonna give a fuck. You got to be silent on social media. You got to not say nothing to nobody, but the second you come back, you want to start some shit with Megan? I'm not Megan Thee Stallion's biggest fan, but who the fuck do you think you are? Why even say that? You had all this time to say something, you waited until it was time to fucking get your numbers up. You waited all this time to say all this shit about Megan. You ain't set up and made songs with Megan through all that shit. Tried to do so much shit with Megan, and you know what I'm saying? You could have said it then. You could have. If you are as thug as you say you are, why didn't you fucking out her when she was starting shit with you? What, you want to keep the high road? Never that. You're not that person. You're not the guy. You don't keep the high road. You're not high. You're not the high road. You're always low level. Swing below the belt. Let's out Megan Thee Stallion, because what? Her clout can be my clout now. Because everything that's going on with her, shit, I'm gonna take a little bit of that attention, but all that sit up and did was made your fans think that you were nothing more than a petty little bitch. And that's all you are. I hope to God that you watch this video one day and say, oh, I'm gonna have to swing by Detroit and see that nigga, because somebody needs to beat your ass. Somebody. I'll be obliged if it were me. Anybody needs to just drop you one time. Just beat the fuck out you. Beat some sense into you, I hope. But you are a fucking menace to society. A true menace. And now you're getting your just desserts. You little bitch. You little bitch. You ain't nothing but a pit bull looking bitch. And now you ain't nothing but a pit bull looking bitch with bad music. It's the worst type of bitch. So, DaBaby, and anyone aspiring to be a big rapper, next time, I want you to sit there and realize that your actions do have consequences. Everything comes back to bite you in the ass. It does. Because anybody going into any profession, you sit up there and think that you get to do whatever you want to with no consequences. God has their way. God has his way of sitting and letting you fucking sit there and think nothing's gonna happen to you, and then all of a sudden, bam! No more sponsorships. Bam! No one wants to fucking have you doing no concerts no more. Bam! Now you can't sell 500 damn tickets for a place that held 19,000 people. Bam! Now you're selling 16,000 where you were just selling 110,000. Bam. Now you're blackballed. Well, bitch, no, you're not blackballed, but you have black balls. If you have black balls. But if you do, you better look hard, and look long for them. Because you have to convince yourself that you're a real man before you move on with anything else in your life. That's all I got to say about this punk ass nigga. I can't stand DaBaby. And I'm glad that he's falling off. I'm glad that he's not getting everything that he says he thinks he deserves anymore. I'm glad that this punk ass nigga, that this bitch ass pit bull looking fuck up is losing his money. I don't pray on no one's downfall. But by all means, if you're a shitty person, it better come for you. The downfall better come for you. You better expect it. It's happening. Beyond any case, man, y'all tell me how y'all feel about this whole situation with DaBaby. Y'all tell me if you think he deserves this. Y'all tell me what's going on, you know what I'm saying? If you're a fan of his or whatever. Beyond any case, man, get in that comment section. Tell me how y'all feel about it, you know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram, you know, talk to me there. Follow my Twitter, all that shit. Get at me, man, by any means, man. Until the next video, vibe. Have a good time, and I'll see y'all later, man. Peace out.
Get batshit dirty old twat. 69 assholes tied in a knot. Hooray!